Good morning everyone, welcome to Whiteboard English, and today I'll be explaining future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to describe an action or situation that is going to take place at a specific time in the future. So let's take an action. This is the past, present, and future, right? So this action is going to take place in the future. It is going to start and end in the future at a specific time. So now let's take a look at the format for making positive sentences in future perfect tense. We have here subject plus will plus have plus verb in the third form plus object. So we know subject comes first, object comes last, and with the perfect tense, any perfect tense except the perfect continuous tense, verb is always in the third form. And because it is a future perfect tense, we have will plus have here. So just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at the examples that have been created using positive format. So let's see. I will have eaten lunch. You will have taken out the trash. We will have written several books. They will have painted plants. He will have read the book twice. She will have studied for the exam. It will have rained a lot. Manu will have lived in Bahrain. So you can see here, these are all talking about actions that will be taking place in the future. So now you can see here in this example, you will have taken out the trash. It is talking about an action that hasn't happened yet, isn't happening now, but will take place in the future. And taking out the trash, it's an action that has a start and an end. It's not saying the action will continue, where it will start in the future and will continue. It's saying that it's an action that's going to start in the future and then continue for some time and end. It's talking about both the start and the end in the future of the action. Just as that with every other sentence that has given below. So now let's take a look at the negative format. Before that, let's change these sentences into negative sentences. So now let's take a look at the negative format. It is subject plus will plus not plus have plus verb in the third form plus object. Now you can see instead, before it was a will plus have, now it is will plus not plus have for it to become a negative sentence, the not being the negative word that we need to use. So you can see in the examples written here, just as before, we have the subject here, will here, and instead of it right after will being have, it is now including not and then have and then verb in the third form plus object. So you can see here, I will not have eaten lunch. You will not have taken out the trash. We will not have written several books. They will not have painted plants. He will not have read the book twice. She will not have studied for the exam. It will not have rained a lot. Manu will not have lived in Bahrain. Also, another thing to note is that in future perfect tense, over here you can see it is just have. There is no has, had, or anything that we can switch it out for. So do not switch it out for anything. It doesn't matter which subject it is, whether or not it is in singular or plural, it will always be have. And also you can see here now it is, instead of talking about an action that will be taking place in the future, it is not talking about the action, but it's not going to be taking place in the future. Now you can see you will not have taken out the trash. Instead of you will have taken out the trash, I'm saying in the future, this action of taking out the trash, it will have started in the future and ended in the future. And now I'm saying that action that would have started and ended in the future is not going to take place. That's what all of these subjects are saying. So that is all for negative sentences. Now let's take a look at interrogative sentences. Now I can see here the sentences have been changed into interrogative form. With here the format being will plus subject plus have plus verb in the third form plus object plus question mark. Of course, for it to become a question, we need to add the question mark, obviously. And we can see here before it was subject plus will plus have here. And now it's will plus subject plus have. The subject has been moved in between will and have. So that is how you make a question with the future perfect tense. Now we can see some examples using this format. Will I have eaten lunch? Will you have taken out the trash? Will we have written several books? Will they have painted plants? Will he have read the book twice? Will she have studied for the exam? Will it have rained a lot? Will Manu have lived in Bahrain? Now it is asking, is this action going to take place in the future? That is how asking a question with the future perfect tense is going to affect that sentence. It is asking, will you have taken out the trash? In the future, this action of you taking out the trash, which has a start and a finish, is this going to take place in the future? Are you going to do it? This is what it is asking. So that is all for interrogative sentences. Now we can see here another form of interrogative sentences is with adding a WH questions such as what, when, where, why, and also how. So now you can see here with the examples, I've added some of these according to how it would make sense with each sentence. We can see here some of these are, why will I have eaten lunch? When will you have taken out the trash? How will we have written several books? Now these are just some of these, and we can see here, when will you have taken out the trash? Now it is more specific when we're adding when. Will you have taken out the trash? With a future perfect tense, it is always specifying a time of the action when it will be taking place. But when we're adding when, it is more specified. So it's when will you have taken out the trash? I'm asking more specifically, instead of will you have taken out the trash at a specific time in the future, when will you have taken out the trash? And just like all of these, it is specifying why, how, where, what, and when again. So you can see these. Now these are not commonly taught in schools, the WH questions, at least not for 10th grade. So it is, if you are being taught this format from will to the question mark for interrogative sentences, please follow that because that is what will come for the exam. But if you are watching this video to learn more of more English in a way that is more specified, or you just want to know this, just keep this in mind. Or if not, if you think you don't need this for your syllabus or anything like that, just study until here. You don't need this. So even with that, you can see you have learned a lot about future perfect tense, and these are just an extra if you're trying to learn the language itself or for other purposes. So that is all for future perfect tense. See you in the next one. Bye.